The sun rises over the plains of Tarain. It is the year 1192. The air is still and heavy with anticipation. A vast plain stretches before us, soon to be painted with the colors of war. Two mighty armies stand poised, their banners fluttering in the morning breeze. The fate of India hangs in the balance. A clash of empires is about to begin. This is the story of the Second Battle of Tarain. It is a story of courage and treachery, of victory and defeat. It is a story that changed the course of Indian history. It is a tale as old as time. The clash of civilizations, the fight for dominance, and the enduring spirit of humanity. On one side stands Prithviraj Chauhan, the Rajput king of Ajmer and Delhi. He is a valiant warrior, known for his courage and chivalry. His name is whispered in legends, a symbol of Rajput valor and might. He is fighting to protect his homeland, his people, his very way of life. Facing him is Muhammad Ghori, the ambitious ruler of the Ghurid Empire. He is a seasoned general, driven by a thirst for conquest and the desire to expand his empire eastward. He seeks wealth, power, and the glory of victory. He has tasted defeat at Tarain before, and the sting of that loss fuels his desire for vengeance. These two powerful rulers, each a legend in their own right, are destined to clash in a battle that will determine the fate of empires. A year earlier, these two forces had met on this very same field. The First Battle of Tarain had been a humiliating defeat for Ghori. Outmaneuvered and outfought, he was forced to retreat in disarray. The memory of that defeat burns in his heart, a constant reminder of his vulnerability. But Ghori is not a man to accept defeat easily. He has spent the past year rebuilding his army, learning from his mistakes. He has studied the Rajput tactics, their strengths, and their weaknesses. He has come to Tarain seeking revenge, driven by an unquenchable thirst for victory. The Rajput army is a magnificent sight, a testament to centuries of martial tradition and valor. Their ranks are filled with proud Rajput warriors, renowned for their bravery and martial prowess. Each warrior stands tall, their eyes reflecting a fierce determination and an unyielding spirit. They are a cavalry-based army, with skilled horsemen thundering across the battlefield, their shining armor gleaming in the sun. These horsemen are not just soldiers. They are the embodiment of the Rajput code of honor, ready to lay down their lives for their land and their people. War elephants, towering beasts clad in armor, form the backbone of their attack, their size and strength striking terror into the hearts of their enemies. These majestic creatures, guided by their mahouts, move with a grace that belies their massive size, their tusks and trunks turned into formidable weapons of war. Ghori's army is a diverse force, drawn from all corners of his vast empire. This diversity is not just in their origins, but also in their fighting styles and weaponry, making them a versatile and unpredictable opponent. He has brought with him Afghan warlords, Turkish cavalrymen, each group bringing their own unique skills and tactics to the battlefield. The Afghan warlords, known for their fierce independence and guerrilla tactics, add a layer of unpredictability to Ghori's forces, and a core of his own elite Ghori soldiers. These elite troops are battle-hardened veterans, their loyalty to Ghori unwavering, their combat skills honed through countless campaigns. His army is a force to be reckoned with, their numbers vast, their weaponry diverse, their resolve hardened by years of warfare. From archers to swordsmen, from cavalry to infantry, each soldier is a cog in the well-oiled machine of Ghori's military might. The stage is set, the armies assembled, the air is thick with anticipation, the ground trembling under the weight of thousands of soldiers ready to clash. The tension is palpable, a silent prelude to the storm of war that is about to break loose. Each side knows the stakes, each warrior aware that the outcome of this battle could change the course of history. The silence before the storm is deafening, a moment of calm before the fury of battle erupts. As the sun rises higher in the sky, casting long shadows across the battlefield, both armies brace themselves for the inevitable clash. The Rajputs, with their proud heritage and indomitable spirit, stand ready to defend their land. Ghori's forces, with their diverse and formidable ranks, are prepared to conquer and expand their empire. In this moment, time seems to stand still. The warriors on both sides take a deep breath, their minds focused, their hearts steeled for the fight ahead. The clash of titans is imminent, and the world holds its breath in anticipation. Section 5. The battle begins. Arrows of fury, swords of fire. The battle begins with a thunderous roar, a cacophony of war cries and the clashing of steel. The ground trembles under the weight of thousands of soldiers, each one driven by a singular purpose: victory. The Ghurid archers, their bows singing a deadly song, unleash a volley of arrows. These arrows, like dark messengers of death, streak across the sky. their sharp tips glinting in the sunlight. The Rajput cavalry responds in kind, their arrows darkening the sky. Mounted on their swift horses, they maneuver with precision, their arrows finding their marks with deadly accuracy. The air is thick with the smell of blood and the deafening clang of steel. The battlefield is a symphony of chaos, where every clang of a sword and every cry of pain adds to the grim melody of war. The Rajput cavalry, led by the valiant Prithviraj, charges the Ghurid lines. With unwavering determination, they surge forward, their leader's presence inspiring them to fight with unmatched ferocity. Their attack is as fierce and unstoppable as a raging torrent. The ground shakes beneath the hooves of their horses, and the air is filled with the sound of their battle cries. They smash through the enemy ranks, their swords flashing like lightning. Each swing of their blades is precise and deadly, cutting through armor and flesh with ease. Their war cries echoing across the battlefield, a testament to their unyielding spirit and determination. The sound reverberates through the air, striking fear into the hearts of their enemies. Ghori's army, despite their losses, holds firm. They stand their ground with grim determination, knowing that retreat is not an option. They fight with the courage of desperation, each soldier aware that the stakes are life and death. Their resolve is unbreakable, their spirits unyielding. Knowing that defeat means death or enslavement, they push forward with every ounce of strength they have. The weight of their fate hangs heavy on their shoulders, driving them to fight harder. The battle rages for hours, a relentless struggle that tests the limits of human endurance. The sun moves across the sky, casting long shadows over the battlefield. A chaotic whirlwind of death and destruction, the battlefield becomes a nightmarish landscape. Bodies litter the ground, and the cries of the wounded fill the air. Neither side giving an inch, the battle reaches a stalemate. Both armies are locked in a deadly embrace, each one waiting for the other to falter. The outcome hangs in the balance, with victory and defeat just a breath away. Section 6. The tide turns. Treachery and the fall of a king. As the day wears on, the tide of battle begins to turn. The sun, now low in the sky, casts long shadows over the weary warriors. The air is thick with the sounds of clashing steel and the cries of the wounded. The Rajput soldiers, though valiant and determined, begin to show signs of fatigue. Their once tight formations start to waver under the relentless pressure of the Ghurid forces. Ghori, a master strategist, employs a tactic that will change the course of the battle. He surveys the battlefield with a keen eye, noting the positions of both his own troops and the enemy. With a calculated decision, he orders a maneuver that has been the downfall of many a foe. He orders a feigned retreat, drawing the Rajput cavalry away from their infantry. The Ghurid cavalry begins to pull back, their movements deliberate and controlled. To the Rajputs, it appears as though their enemy is finally breaking under the pressure. The Rajputs, believing victory to be within their grasp, fall for the ruse. They charge forward with renewed vigor, their spirits lifted by the apparent retreat of their foes. The thrill of impending victory surges through their ranks as they pursue the fleeing enemy. Their ranks becoming stretched and disorganized. In their eagerness to press the advantage, they lose the cohesion that had been their strength. The once formidable Rajput cavalry is now a scattered force, vulnerable and exposed. It is a fatal mistake. The Rajputs, now far from their infantry support, find themselves in a precarious position. Confusion spreads among their ranks as they realize too late the trap that has been set for them. Ghori's elite cavalry, lying in wait, springs their trap. With a sudden and ferocious charge, they descend upon the disorganized Rajput forces. The element of surprise is on their side, and they exploit it to devastating effect. They surround the exhausted Rajputs, their attack swift and deadly. The Rajput warriors, though brave, are no match for the well-coordinated assault of Ghori's elite troops. The battlefield becomes a scene of chaos and carnage as the Rajputs are cut down. Prithviraj, outnumbered and outmaneuvered, fights with the courage of a lion. But it is not enough. He rallies his men, urging them to stand their ground and fight to the last. His valor is unmatched, but the odds are insurmountable. The Rajput army, leaderless and demoralized, is routed. The once proud and disciplined force is now a broken and fleeing mass. The battlefield is littered with the fallen, and the cries of the wounded fill the air. Prithviraj, betrayed and defeated, is taken prisoner. His capture marks the end of an era, a moment of profound sorrow for his people. The once mighty king is now at the mercy of his enemies. The sun sets on a field of carnage, the Ghurid banners flying high over the fallen Rajput warriors. The day, marked by treachery and bloodshed, comes to a close. The echoes of battle fade, leaving behind a somber silence. The Ghurid victory is complete, but the cost of war is etched into the land and the hearts of those who survived. Section 7. Aftermath. A shift in power. The Second Battle of Tarain marks a turning point in Indian history. With the defeat of Prithviraj, the might of the Rajput kingdoms was broken. The Ghurids, under Muhammad Ghori, established a firm foothold in northern India, paving the way for the Delhi Sultanate. Ghori's victory ushers in a new era in India, an era of Islamic rule that would last for centuries. The cultural landscape of India would be forever altered, with the introduction of new traditions, languages, and architectural styles. Section 8. Echoes of Tarain. The enduring significance. The Second Battle of Tarain is not just a historical event, it is a story that continues to resonate through the ages. It is a reminder of the cyclical nature of power, the ebb and flow of empires. It highlights the importance of unity, strategy, and the ever-present danger of underestimating one's enemies. The bravery of the Rajput warriors, fighting for their homeland, continues to inspire. The story of their defeat serves as a cautionary tale, reminding us that even the most valiant can fall prey to treachery and miscalculation. Section 9. A call to remember. The plains of Tarain stand silent now, the echoes of battle long faded, but the story of what happened here must never be forgotten. It is a story that speaks to the human condition, to our capacity for both great courage and devastating cruelty. As we look upon the fields where empires clashed, let us remember the sacrifices made, the lives lost, and the enduring impact of this pivotal moment in history. Let us learn from the past, so that we may build a future free from the specter of war and the senseless loss of human life. To learn more about the epic battles that shaped history, make sure to subscribe to Crazy Color Facts. Hit the bell icon to stay updated on our latest videos. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring history.